in what was probably the most exciting episode that I've ever had on this channel. And yes, I'm pretty sure I said that in the last episode as well. Maybe just every single episode is exciting. Huh. Whoever thought? Enough patting myself on the back. Let's move on to this episode. If you haven't seen it though, please go and check it out. It was actually a very, very good one. There was a very interesting game. We played in the Champions League final, and after the intro, you will find out if it was good. But before I run the intro, tell me what you guys thought of it. Did you enjoy it? Was it a good one? Yeah, let's run the intro. Hi guys, MrSpaceman is reporting for duty for the last time in this season. Last episode, we played in the Champions League final, and as you guys are aware, we unfortunately lost it to Barcelona. It was a very hard game. We were winning for a whopping 22 minutes, and then Ronald Araujo scored a penalty, and then they won on penalties, which was absolutely unfortunate for us. We were so close to the final. Hujakov didn't do a good job. Vilagre didn't do a good job. Gilson didn't do a good job. I did leave you with a question at the end of the episode, and I'm going away on holiday for a week, so I'll give you some time to actually come up with an answer. Do you guys want me to continue in the same format that I'm doing, or do you want me to try and speed up the process? Because technically we have the whole summer and I don't have anything else lined up. Do you want me to continue with the save, or do you want me to try and pivot and do something different? I maybe have some ideas that I want to do with this save. Maybe I could then go away and see if there's any other teams that are losing a manager to try and rebuild a second Serbian side, and that way actually work on building the Serbian Super League. Or maybe do you guys want me to stay with Partizan and try to win the Champions League? That could be an option. I think that is a fun option. You know, whatever you want, tell me in the comments. I will try and do so. But the point of today's episode is the fact that we are doing an end of season review. And here is that season review. And unfortunately, there could have been a third trophy there. That would have been absolutely amazing, but we don't have it. It is very, very tragic. But we did manage to win the league. We did manage to win the cup, which you guys did not see because I was too excited to play in the Champions League final. And anyways, it was quite expected that we'd win it. You know, we are the best side after all. And yes, we were playing Crvena Zvezda, but you know, we are much better than them. In terms of arrivals, who do we think is our best signing of this year? The board thinks it's Tim, and they're happy because they think that we spent good money on him, and I would tend to agree. 22 million for a player that looks like this with a value that's just a little bit dropped to 29.36, which is weird. I kind of expected him to do a little bit better. I think it was like 55 when he joined us. I don't like what happens to Serbian teams. The guide values tend to drop down. It's weird. But anyways, Tim is a very, very good player. Obviously, he is wanted by all the top teams. Yay! Just like literally every single player, I'll show you who's wanted, and I'll show you who I'm actually okay letting go. Because there's going to be a need of a rebuild anyways. And it doesn't matter if next season you guys don't want to see because you're bored of my face or you're bored of Partizan, which I don't know how you could be bored of both. But I will be playing this save on my own if you choose for me to move on to a different save. But here we are. Tim is voted by our board to be the best player. And I think I will agree because looking at him, 7.17 rating is not the best, but at the same time, I feel like when you're a ball-winning midfielder, you tend not to get good ratings anyways, and for a player of his caliber, getting 7.17 in his position, it's a very high rating. But actually, most likely the best player we have signed, I think, is Ilya Zabarny, because this guy is awesome. I could have waited for the end of the season to pick him up on a free. I did spend 7.5 million to get him sent here early. And I'm happy with this because I think he's a world-class center back, and over the years he will be amazing with us. The only downside is that he's a foreigner, and apparently Ukrainians can't get a second passport, and in this game they're not part of the EU. But it's annoying. It would have been nice to have him as a non-foreign player because he's very, very good. He's going to be playing most of the games next season anyways, and he's already played most of the games, he says, as there's clearly some gaps here. I think he's a very, very good player. I want to see if there's any cool analysis on him. Yeah, I mean, looking at this, he's a very, very good player. Basically, if you're one of the better players in the league, you will be towards the top of the circle, and he's at the top of headers 1. He's at the top of possession 1. Also at the top of possession lost. Why is that? What part of him makes him lose possession? I don't No, maybe dribbling and first touch and passing. But yeah, something about it makes him lose possession, which is not good. But he did complete a lot of passes, which is at 93%. So 7% fails of passes is not that bad, probably considering the fact that maybe as a center back, you do tend to launch balls forward. So I guess, that is something he does because he kind of has to. Sometimes center backs just have to hit it. And progressive passes, 6.69. So very, 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 very good after all. And I'm really, really happy with him. Oh my god, there's so much cool analytics. Wow. This is awesome. I love this skin. This is amazing, by the way. Aitnouri was the best player in terms of average rating. He's got 0 goals and 12 assists in 26 games. And for 24 million, I think he is very, very good signing as well. And the board kind of agrees. And they also think he's on a lower wage than he should be, which considering that he's on 61k per week at a club where almost no one earns a lot of money is kind of a lot. And looking at his stats, I definitely think that he is a very, very, very good player. And I'm really happy that we have found him from a championship side as well. But again, he's had a very, very good season. He's had a bit of weird games sometimes, but he's the best player in the Champions League, I think. No, unfortunately, that rating went to Mbappe because Yamal and Aitnouri didn't have the best game. And Kylian Mbappe got the best player despite the fact that he got knocked out against us. But yeah, Aitnouri is awesome. He's also wanted by a lot of top clubs, and I have a sneaking suspicion that he might try to push through a move. I really don't want to let him go because he's on a different level. I mean, comparing him to one of the best left backs in the world right now, Nuno Mendes, they're not that far apart. Nuno Mendes is faster, but he's not as good as an aerial position, and yeah, he's better physical. But apart from that, look at the difference in value. 187 to 17, literally 10 times more. To be fair, if someone wants to pay 200 million to get Aitnouri, I'm pretty sure I can find a wonder kid somewhere that does that. I found Borza for like 700k. Imagine a 10 times increase in the value of a player. That would be awesome. No way it's going to happen, but you can dream. But yeah, I really hope he stays. He's going to be an immense player if he does decide to stay. But don't forget, we are having Benzinger coming in, and we also have Sasa Serenic coming back from a loan, which I will talk to you guys about in a bit. He also has the French nationality, which means he's a non-foreign player, which is absolutely amazing. But yeah, please stay. Please, Aitnouri. The next player I want to mention is Leonidas Teklak, who is also a very, very good signing from us. We signed him for 1 million from Teleoptic, and he's played 23 games, 17 appearances, scored 3 goals and 13 assists. Wait, but Aitnouri played 8 No, this game's... Huh? Okay, first of all, he's played a lot more games than I thought he did, which is fair enough. Obviously a very, very good return on a 1 million investment from an amateur team as well. But Aitnouri played more than 8 games. Or maybe he played... Oh no, I think it counts as continent... This game is so weird. It's broken. Yeah, he's definitely played more than 8 games. I don't know what you're talking about. But anyways, Teklak is amazing. As you can see, he has developed a little bit, and towards the end of the season, he kind of dropped. But he looks very good. If I can look at reports... No, where is it? So according to his progress, as you can see, since he's joined, he's jumped up a whopping 1 full star, actually. That's quite good. And the best part is that if you take a look at games played in position, whenever I said, hey, can you play there? His answer was yes. He played right back, he played right wing back, he played midfield center, he played defensive midfield, and he even played 1 game as a left back, which is absolutely insane. And he's played amazing in every single position. So this kid's going to be our amazing player. Look at him. 19 technique. He's gone to 19. 19! He's gone to 19 technique. That is probably the best player I've ever seen. 17 passing. We need to work on his vision. What the hell? But yeah, this guy is amazing. And again, we signed him for 1 million. He's a perfectionist, and he's just gonna keep getting better at this rate. I love this guy. He's awesome. How the hell did he spawn on an amateur side? That's insane. And the biggest signing of this season is Juan Foyth, who has actually been amazing for us as well. He's played a lot of games, played pretty much in a lot of positions. He started as a center back in a back 3, went to right back in a back 3, and then decided to be a right back in a back 4. I think he's really, really good. He's almost won the Champions League twice in a row, which would have been amazing because that would mean he's the best player in the world because not many people can do that. That is really, really cool. He reminds me of N'Golo Kante when he won the league with Leicester and then proceeded to move to Chelsea and win it with Chelsea as well. It could have been for him. Unfortunately, It didn't happen. Maybe I should just save scum, replay it, and then win it, and then he'll be happy. Maybe. In the final two signings, we've signed Shohei Sakamoto, who's been a very, very good kind of rotation player. He's played a lot of games for us, 27 games, 2 goals, 2 assists, 0 player of the matches, and a perfect 7.00 rating. And for a 4.4 million player who's come in to be that almost rotation player, youth player, you know, he's done a really, really good job. Obviously, because of that, he's wanted by 12 clubs, and a lot of them are kind of nice clubs as well. Newcastle, Napoli, Ajax, Milan want him. So I think, I'll be honest, I think he's a very, very good player. But another issue is that he's not working towards another nationality, and potentially will have a lot of foreign players next season. So if a good offer comes in, I could try and go for him. Maybe something in the range of 10 million. 10 million is not that much. Maybe something in the range of 20 million could be good for me to maybe think of moving on, because I may be able to find players like him. And anyways, we have lots and lots of players. We have Villagra, we have Monero, who we signed last year, and they can actually work to becoming Serbians, which is kind of cool. And I think Sakamoto is great. He'll be kind of like a backup option for a while. And the final signing we did this year is this guy, Andres Beas, who I think will be a player that I'll talk about a lot in the upcoming years if I continue the save. And even if I don't, I will tend to talk to you guys about it, because maybe we'll have a nice chat. You know, I tend to post things anyway, so maybe I'll do like a little review of all my youth players 10 years down the line. I think he can be a world-class player 10 years down the line. He's a tall boy, can play center back, can play left back, 15 crossing. How? Amazing tackling, amazing technique, good determination. And he came from Radnički. So he's actually played a whopping 30 games this season in the Serbian Super League. Yes, he's played more games for them as a starting player. And for us, he only made 6 appearances and 7 from the bench. But that's not bad for an 18-year-old player who's kind of come in a few years ago, and that's kind of his breakout season. And he's already won the Serbian Cup and played in the final. That's really good. But yeah, I think he's very, very good. He's already increasing, as you can see. And over the season, as we started playing him more, he has shot up to 2-star. From 2-star to 2-star, and that's a huge jump. FM, never change. Transfers out. And there are some interesting ones. First of all, why the hell did I sell Petr Radkov to PSV? 42 appearances, 13 goals, and 13 assists. So he played on the left. And that's a very, very good return. He's currently wanted by United. Maybe I shouldn't have let him go that early. He looks like a good player. He's picked up pace now. Hello. I'm going to give him a cheeky scout. Maybe I can bring him back for probably way more than that. That might have been a mistake. But he has developed into a very, very good player and a very good winger more than a striker, I'll be honest. If only he could shoot up in his dribbling. But that's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. 7.5 rating, 12 goals, 12 assists, 8 player of the matches. Literally the guy's the GOAT, isn't he? How well did PSV do this year? They got 3rd place. 3rd place behind Ajax and only 4 points behind. Okay, fair enough. Reiner hasn't played much at all for VDG, only played 5 games, which is awful. Toma Basic left this year, and the board are disappointed with our decision to let him go on a free. I am disappointed. I am actually extremely pissed off. And he's had a decent season. He's still looking quite good at Altayvun. He's got a cap for the national team. Is that a 2nd cap for the national team? Yeah, I don't remember, but I don't think he's had 2. I'll have to check, or you have to let me know. I feel like he's got a 2nd cap, surely. But anyways, he still looks amazing. I'm going to give him a cheeky scout. Maybe I can bring him back. Maybe, when is his contract expiring? 2030? Maybe I can bring back a 33-year-old Toma Basic back to the club. Anyone else that inspired me? Oh Hyung-Gu played quite well, actually. 37 games, 15 goals for VTSC. Fair enough. Playing at a lower level did, in fact, help him play well. Jerry St-Just actually played a decent season. Borza, kind of disappointed at Anderlecht. I guess company couldn't do it. Is he still there? Yeah, he's still there. He's still chilling there. Fatikanti did okay. Jankovic did okay. So basically, almost no players, once again, have done anything exciting apart from Petr Radkov, who's an actual GOAT. I think this is the first signing that I've actually regretted selling. But at the same time, we've had so many players that could have played in his position. So maybe it's a good thing that we sold him, because it actually helps him develop, and it helped us develop some of our other players. I don't know, but I like him, and I'm glad that he's doing well. I like to see my old players doing well. In terms of loans out, I'm not going to cover everyone, but I'm going to cover some more interesting players. Like, for example, Alilovic once again Didn't really do much. So I think this time I'm just going to let him go. Whoever wants to sign him, I will let him go. He's still getting caps for the Serbian national side. I have no idea how. But he's played 11 games, scored 1 goal, 1 assist, and 1 player of the match. And I won't be surprised if all those 3 things came in 1 game for AZ. And AZ was 4th. So, you know, he actually played for a good side here. He's 22 years old. I think it's time for me to move him on. Barrios didn't really do well. Yeah, not very creative there. I think, who else should I mention? I do remember, where's Sasa Serenic, actually? Oh, perfect. Perdanovic. Perdanovic has actually done okay at Köln. 47 appearances, 9 goals, 5 assists, which is not a bad return. Shukayev actually played a lot of games for IMT and scored 10 goals, which is very, very nice. Where is Sasa Serenic? He's here. Played 41 games for Lille with 6 assists. That's not a bad return. I mean, obviously not the best average rating. Lask Lille also finished 4th, but he's played as a left mid in a 4-4-2. So he's ignored my pleas to play him as a left back or left wing. But at the same time, 4th place is not bad, especially considering that, did they have some European games? They did. They played in the Europa League, and have they won it in the end? No, so they got knocked out by Young Boys. Okay. And I guess we'll see who won all the other ones as well. But yeah, he's done not bad. I mean, 6 assists is not bad at all, especially playing regularly now in Europe, which is very, very good. And who else can I mention? Monero played a few games. That's not too bad. Apart from that, I think that pretty much covers all the more interesting players. Okay, we finally made it to the season's result, and this has taken a while, so apologies for me being rambly. But as you can see, we have gotten a whopping 109 points. I'm not sure if it's the maximum we've ever gotten, but one draw in a very weird game against Crvena Zvezda was enough to stop us from getting 111 points in the season, which would have been absolutely amazing. The top goal scorer was Dusan Milovanovic. We still don't fill out our stadium, which is frustrating. And that's why I kind of am thinking, maybe is it worth me playing with the other teams and then see if we can kind of rebuild. Maybe I'll do it on the side. Maybe I'll do like a little breakaway right now and like do like a parallel universe thing and just kind of play on my own. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe that's something that's at least interesting to me and can give you updates, you know, parallel universes and all that jazz. But it'll be nice to kind of see if I can rebuild anything at this rate, because how can you have 14,000 people go to games of a team that went to the Champions League? It doesn't make any sense. And in that Champions League, we are the runners up. You can't see it, and unfortunately, Barcelona has beaten us. I hate it. I want to move on. Matija Popovic, Milovanovic, and Lachlan Deans with 4 goals. And yet, once again, average home attendance 15k. Serbian Cup was easy. We won every single game. No one could stand against us. Cool. So we have jumped up. We are a continental side now, which means we can sign Mbappe next season, he says sarcastically. But that's good. It's good to see that we actually grow despite the fact that the league isn't growing. So maybe we can't be the only people pushing them up. In terms of everything else, sponsorship went up by a little bit. We lost broadcast revenue, we lost corporate and hospitality, we won a lot in competition prize money, and we lost a lot of match day and commercial retail. Did we have less fans this year? Maybe I need to rebuild the stadium, but in terms of shirt sales, Milovanovic, the top shirt seller, Deans, Vivieros, who actually didn't play as much, Moyanta, and Barco as the most top sold players. Not Soldania. How dare you? How we lined up this season? No, we did not line up this season. Actually, we did. We lined up like this for a lot of the games, and then decided to change things up. Dusan Milovanovic had a great season. Estevao continued with a nice breakout form. 11 assists, 14 goals for the man. Absolutely incredible. Dean's finally starting to give goals and assists. Barco with lots of assists. Teklak with stupid amounts of assists. Let's see what other cool things did we get. Estevao was the fans player of the season. Okay. Milovanovic, young player of the season. Signing of the season is Tim. Goal of the season is Saldania. Top goal scorer Milovanovic with 23 goals. I told you this guy's good. Most assists goes to Barco instead of Ait-Nouri. Maybe I should sell Ait-Nouri. Most player of the matches goes to Popovic. Highest average rating, once again, Estevao. And the highest fee received is Andrei Borza. And to finish the video, I've gone a little bit into the future where we actually get some awards for this season. Top goal scorer goes to Dusan Milovanovic, who scored 17 goals in 25 appearances with 5 assists. Uros Zdravkovic has gotten 17 goals and 7 assists, which is actually not bad. Is he any good? He looks oh, he's rapid. Ooh, he's rapid. Do I try and sign him? Or do I hope that Železničar can actually sell him for a lot of money? mean, my scouts don't rate him. They think he's meh. But 17 pace, 16 acceleration, he said in the wrong order. And then 16 off the ball is not bad with good finishing. But he can't concentrate and he makes bad decisions. So maybe that's why. And of course, Matija Popovic with 15 goals and 5 assists, which is not bad. Estevao was the best rookie. It's the best young players. That's a very good average rating, 7.58, and 43 people voted for him. Next up was Dusan Milovanovic with 36 points and a slightly lower average rating. And of course, Matias Villagra is there, who actually didn't play as much, and yet we are still rating him a bit more. Obviously, I get the best manager. Yeah, I won 97% of the games. That's a lot. And the best screen that I always see at the end of the season is the fact that we don't have every single player here. I don't know, maybe there's like a limit of how many players you can have, but there are more players from Crvena Zvezda. Peterson, Moorman, Hwang-Inbom, Infantino, and Bukhari are best players. Businic and Zukic are there. And then Gilson, Vitic, Teklak, and Milovanovic are there. Where's Zabarny? Where's Foyth? Where is Milovanovic, Milinkovic? What the hell is going on? Who decides this? I don't understand. Who the hell decides this? Viveiros was the cup player of the season. He scored 6 goals in 5 appearances with an 8.08 rating, which is very, very good to see. And he dedicates it to me. I love this guy. So to summarize, we've had lots of players this year in double digits, starting from Lachlan Deans on 12, Estevao on 14 goals, Saldani on 16 goals, Viveiros on 19 goals, which is not bad, Milovanovic and Popovic scoring over 20, which is actually insane. So considering that a lot of our players are scoring lots and lots and lots of goals, I think we did okay. And in terms of assists, we've had lots of players spreading out our assisting capabilities. We got Barca on 15, Teklak was close, Martinelli actually got a lot of assists, Nuri got a lot of assists, so I guess I don't need to question him. Estevao, that's actually not bad as well, Stamenic, not bad, and pretty much every single person has gotten an assist apart from Beas, Kalechanian, Gabriel, Hudikov, and Milinkovic. Oh, wait. Oh, Hudikov only scored 1 goal this season. Awful. He scored more goals than Nuri though. That's kind of wild. But before I end this video, I want to show you all the depressing stuff because every single players are wanted because they've obviously had a very good run of form. We're not going to be like Ajax. We're not going to sell all our best players, but we may have to sell some. But as you can see, Milinkovic is wanted, Nuri is wanted, Vitic is wanted, Villagra, Stamenic is wanted, Deans is wanted, Popovic is wanted, Gabriel is wanted, literally everyone. But yeah, before I go, I may have to start thinking about rebuilding the squad and potentially the players that you might not see next year, and I'll have to explain it as we see, is that, like I mentioned before, for example, players like Sakamoto, if I get a good offer, I may have to move on. I mean, who else I'll think? Hudikov? Definitely not. Although I did notice something. He doesn't like big matches, which is probably why he's had a little bit of iffy games in some of the matches, which is weird because the big games he played okay. It's like the semi-big games he was kind of iffy. But yeah, obviously a very, very good player. It's just, I need to think about this, but he's becoming a Serbian national soon. So basically by the time you see me back, he's probably going to be a Serbian national, so he's not going to be a foreign player anyways, and I want to kind of keep him here. I mean, who else? I mean, Nuri might probably go. I mean, depending on how much money I get for him. Same with Vitic. I think he's an immense player, but he's not really good in big games anyways, as you can see right here, and he's very one-footed. So again, depends. If a huge offer comes in, I will be okay with it. Who else? Stamenic? No, because he's a club legend. Matija Popovic, he's wanted by a lot of teams, and if I get like 30-40 million for him, I may consider, because he has made some progress, obviously since the start of the season, but he's not progressing into a world-class striker. Yes, he's scoring lots of goals in the Serbian Super League, and he kind of leaves on a very big high, apart from that random drop in form, but at the same time, it'll be kind of nice for me to see him play elsewhere. I love this man so much, but if a big offer comes in, like I said, 40 million and above, I will consider it, but he's been so good. But we have Viveiros, we have Milovanovic, so I'll have to think about it. What do you guys think? Should he go? Should he stay? Maybe Mujanta. I love this guy, but I don't know. At this rate, maybe we need to change something. He's very, very good. We have lots of players, and again, Juan David Viveiros is an immense player, and the issue with Sufanat Mujanta is that, as you can see, sometimes I just forget to play him because we have so many youngsters. And maybe that's why he has not developed further, or he's probably reached his potential, which is I kind of need to stop. And he's a very, very good player already. But if you compare him to Perdanovic, there's not much comparison there. And I want to play him more regularly when he comes back. I don't know, man. I feel really, really bad. But again, if an offer for like 35, 40 million comes in from Wayanta, I'm not going to stand in his way. He's amazing. He's got the Serbian nationality as well to play more games for us. And I wish him all the best if he goes. And if he stays, I'll be so happy. I mean, in terms of other players, potentially some of the other players can go. We've reached a stage where we actually have a good amount of players who are kind of in a more seasoned position. Obviously, we got like Saldania, Zaid Nuris, Foyt, Milinkovic, and Antic is no longer there. No longer 34-year-olds. So we might have to see if we can get more, I guess, experienced players. There we go. I forgot the word for it. But at the same time, look at the key players that we have in the side. They're all reaching their own. Obviously, starting from like Popovic, Deans, Estevao, Milovanovic, Vivieros, Gilson, all of them are going to want game time. So potentially, there will be some changes. But at the same time, I love this team. It'll be nice to see if we can bring anyone else that's exciting. And I'm really, really looking forward to this season. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this save. If this is the last episode of a proper save that I do. If not, I will see you next year. In about a week and something. Obviously, I'm taking the next week off, so I hope you guys can go and rewatch where we started. Go back, go all the way back, watch the first video and be like, wow, I can't believe you've took us from this position into where we are today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm very, very happy with the way that this save has gone. Apart from the fact that we lost in the Champions League, still a little bit annoyed about it. But I am going to go away, have a break in real life, come back more energized, and we will see if I will continue with this or I will do something different. Tell me what you want and I'll see you guys in the next video, which will be whatever you guys decided to be. Bye, guys.